store more than one value into that, we have to use array one, right? Array object. So yesterday we have seen via user input we can take array size, and we'll initialize that size into that array object. Then whatever size you have entered to that number, then we'll store that same number of value into that array object, right? So what is that one? Array, yeah, this one, array program, array user input, yeah, this one. So first you have to create the object of scanner class. Then with the help of their object, first we'll take like for creating array object, what we'll have to do, we have to write the syntax, and in the last curly braces we have to add their size, array size, whatever size we want. If you want to store more than one, you have to use this array one. So if you want to store 5 value into that, 10 value or 100 value, whatever, you have to enter their size. So once you are entering any size, it will come to this line, and uh, it will like what that if you enter here 10 here, right? So the array size will be 10 here, it became 10 now. Okay, after that you have to enter 10 number. So for that we have control statement, right? So we have used this for loop, right? So for loop we have used like in loops we have while, do, while, for. So we have discussed only for loop, right? So for loop we have seen like how we can take user input. Oh, wait. Yeah, so if you want to enter multiple value into that array object, so for that purpose we have used this for loop, right? So when it will when they will execute this for loop first time, so at the first place, why first place? Because array index always start with 0. So I equal to here 0, so array of 0, right? So if you have entered here, like if I'll run this program, I have entered size as a 10. So array size is now 10. So if I have entered 10, not 10, if I have entered 76, 87, okay. So 87 will store to this zeroth element, right? Then first, then second, then third, fourth, fifth, seventh, and so on, right? So let me enter 10 value into that. Okay, then we'll get the output here, right? And in array we have one length method. So if we'll call this array.length method, it will return the size of that array. So what is the size of that array? It is 10. Got it? So now we'll see some more example of this scanner class. Okay, so let me create one more class here, user input sample. So in this program we'll see multiple example of use like taking input from user. So what is the first process? First we have to create this scanner class object equal to new scanner. Okay, now what is the next step? If you want to take any user input through this console, so we have different methods. Like for integer we have next int, For double we have next double, for float we have next float, for boolean we have next boolean. So if you want to use any data type, any primitive data type, you can use that, right? So for example, you want to store your name here, right? So I have taken one string. So in string data type, in string you can store multiple string, like multiple character. We have this char one, right? So in char we can store only single character, right? But in string you can store more than one character. Okay, so I have just declared this variable string str and equal to c dot next. So for taking string input, so if we'll write any, like after sc, if we'll write any method name, right? So it will show you, like after next, what is this? This one is a string. So it will showing, it is showing like this next method will use for which one? Taking string input. And if we'll write next int, if we'll see after next int, this int is there. It means this next int method will use for the taking integer input. If you'll write here next double, it will say this one is for double one, right? Same for other primitive data type as well. Float, we have this float. So now we want to like we want to take some string input, right? So if we'll enter any string value, any these type of value, multiple character, that is nothing, that is this string. So if we enter some value into that, it will come to this str variable, and if we'll print this str, we'll get the output. Let me add some message here. User input value. Okay. If I'll run this program, for example, I have entered this Amis. Okay, we'll get the output here, Amis. Okay, so that way you can use this scanner object for taking multiple input. So we have this a variable, a equal to sc dot next int. I have just declared one a variable and I have added this sc dot next. This means in a will take some integer value input, right? I have created one more variable b equal to sc dot next int, right? And now what I want to do, I want to add these two numbers. What I will write here, a plus b. So this program is for I will take two input from user, and then I will add these number. So it will print here sum of those two number, right? So if I'll run this program and I've entered 10 and 20, we'll get 30 here. Okay. So now you have to practice this scanner object for different data types, different primitive data type. For long, double, boolean, for all primitive data type, you have to practice this program, right? I have shown you only for some integer, and for string you have to practice for the remaining. Okay, so let me open the notes here. Okay, so we have covered the loops one, then we have covered this operator one, right? So in operator we have discussed this arithmetic operator, and we have discussed this assignment operator. Okay, and then we have discussed this unary operator. Now which one is remaining? Relational operator, logical operator, and bitwise operator. Now one by one we'll see what is this relational operator and what is this logical and the bitwise one. Okay, I think in unary operator we missed one operator. This one is this one not. So any doubt in these operator, whatever we have discussed till now, arithmetic, assignment, or unary? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let me open this one as notepad. open with. So now we'll discuss this. Now, which one? Not one. What is this? Not operator. Okay. So let me create one class here, or this same class. So not means what? Mm, okay. So we have. Oh, let me create one new one. Okay. So I'm create. So earlier we have discussed this control statement, right? So in control statement we have different topics. Like we have discussed this loops one, right? Loops. Okay. And we have if else, and sorry, first we have if, only if, then if else, then nested if else. Okay, one by one we'll see what is if, what is if else, what is nested if else, right? And then we have switch case. So we have already discussed this loops one, right? Now we have to discuss if else, nested if else. Okay, then we'll discuss the not operator one and the remaining relational operator and everything, right? So what is this if and if else and nested if else? So let me show you the program, then you will get more idea. Okay, now so in this program we have to check whether that number is negative or positive, negative or positive. So I'm taking one user input, one integer input, right? So if I have entered here 10, so 10 is what? 10 is positive number. So if I have entered 10 in this console, this means we'll get one message like this number is positive number. Okay, and if that number is not positive number, if that number is negative number, we want to print one message here, that number is negative number. Okay, so I am applying one if condition here. So what is the syntax of if? This one, if and parenthesis. In this parenthesis we have to apply some condition. So if that number a, in a will get some input, right? For example, I have entered 10, right? So here I have to check that number is negative or positive. So if we'll apply one condition, if that number is greater than 0, right? If any number is greater than 0, that means that number is positive number. And if that number is not greater than 0, it means that number is negative number. So first we'll check only for positive one. If that number is positive, it will show that error message. Some not the error message, it will show just one. You have to add one sysout statement, system.out.println, and you have to show that message, right? So if a means that number, whatever number you have entered, okay? So a greater than 0, if that number is greater than 0, then you have to add this statement. So if it returns true, if that statement is correct, that number is greater than 0, so whatever statement you are adding to this if condition, right, that is nothing, that will return only two type of value. Either it will return true or it will return false. If the statement is true, if its statement is correct, it returns true here, and if that statement is wrong, it returns false here. Okay, so it returns only boolean type of value, right? So in primitive data type we have seen this boolean data type, right? It contain only true or false type of value, right? So if this a greater than 0 returns true, that means that number is greater than 0, and we'll print one message here. What message? Positive number. Okay, let me run this program. Let me add one message here also. Enter your number. If I'll run this program, we got this message, enter your number. I have entered 10 here, right? We got the message positive number. Okay, now I am adding one more condition here. See, I'm adding here a greater than 0. Okay, if I'll run this program again, see, I've entered 10. So we got here true and this positive number. So this statement a greater than 0 returns what? It returns true. Why? Because that number is greater than 0. 10 is greater than 0. Okay. Now I'm again running that program. Oh, wait. I'm printing this message outside of this if condition. So earlier we have seen, right, what is block. So if we are creating any block, it means what is the scope of that. So if we'll add this system.out.println inside this if condition, so here if condition braces starts here and it ends on line number 31, right? What if I haven't added any braces, any curly braces to this if condition? It will print this statement or it will give any error for that. Let me run this program and then you will get the output. So I have entered here 20. See, we'll get this message and we'll get what their statement, like if that a is greater than 0 it returns 2 here. That's why we'll get this output here. So when we have to add that curly braces, if we are adding any condition into if we are adding any condition for if, right, when we have to add that braces and when we don't have to add any braces to that. So when you have only one line of statement, right, if you are adding any if condition and inside that if you have single line of statement, then you don't it is not mandatory to add that curly braces. But when you have more than one statement into that if condition, then only that time you have to add that curly braces here. So right now we didn't have more than one condition here, more than one statement here. We have only this system.out.println, we are printing this positive number, right? So if we have more than one condition, for example, if you want to print this a greater than 0, it means it returns either true or false. If you want to print that statement inside if condition, right, only inside if condition, what you have to do, you have to add this curly braces and you have to add these two line, you have to add these two line into that, in this curly braces itself. Okay, and if you don't want to add this system.out.println statement inside this if condition, what you have to do, just you have to just you have to remove this system.out.println outside of this if block. So this if block starts on line number 11 and it ends on line number 13. So what is the like if so this one is the if block, right? So if you want to print like, so as I said earlier, if you have only one statement, if you have only one single line of statement in if condition, that curly braces is not mandatory. If you have more than one, only that case you have to add this curly braces. Just remember that one. Okay, so now I am entering one negative number. Okay, I have entered -10. You see here we got only false here. Why false? Because that number is negative, right? So that's why it returned false. So when in this place a greater than 0, they got false here. So this condition fails. So that time they haven't come to this line number 12. So that's why we didn't get any error message here, right? So this one is if condition. If you want to add any condition, so we have what scenario, we have to check whether that number is positive or not. If that number is positive, we'll show one error message. What error message? This positive number error message, right? But right now we are checking only for the positive number. If that number is positive, we'll show this positive number error message, right? So what is next? We have if else. Right now we have discussed only this if part. Now we'll see else part as well. If else. So what is the syntax for else? So just we have to add this else and their statement. So if that number is not positive, it means that number is negative number, right? So this one is our if and else condition. If this first line, this here it if will get false, it will come to next this else part and it will execute this statement. Always if that if block return false, in that case they will execute always this else part. Okay, so let me run this program. I'm again entering -9. So negative number. See here, we'll get this negative number and here we'll get the false. So when they have returned, when this if condition, whatever statement we have added, whatever condition we have added, if it returns false, it means it will come to the else part. Okay. For example, I'm giving you one example here. So if you are playing cricket, right? And this one is your pitch. So if you are hitting any stroke, okay, and ball went to boundary directly, that is what? That is your six, right? Six. And before going to before ball going to that outside of that ground, it if it will touch the field and then it will cross to that ground, right? What is that? It is four. So just see like if ball directly went to the like outside to the ground, right? That is what? That is your if part, right? And when you are hitting that stroke and it they have touched that ground before going outside, that one is your else part. Okay, so if your first statement like if if it didn't go to six, right, it will go to four. So six is what? Six is your if part, four is your else part. Okay, let me give you one more example. The same we can do that. Uh, 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 we have this box. We have this box. So we have this plan A and we have this plan B. Okay. So if plan A fails, we'll go for plan B. So if what if we have single plan, only plan A? So we have total two box. This contain only plan A. Plan A. Plan A. So you are on any mission, right? You are on any mission, and this one is what? This one is this all is your mission. This one is also your mission. Okay. So when you have plan A and plan B, so if plan A fails, you will execute the plan B. But what if you have only plan A? So this plan A is nothing. This one is if block. Okay, and this plan A and plan B is your if else block. Why if and if else? So if plan A fails, it will go to plan B. Same way, if this if condition fails, it will always go to the else part. But what if we have only plan A? If that if condition, this one plan A fails, you didn't have any extra plan, right? So got it? What is the difference between if and if else? If your first statement, first condition return false, it will go to the else part. If that condition returns true, it will go to the if and they will execute that program and they will give that output, right? Whatever we have written into that program. Okay, so we have written here a is greater than 0 or not. If it is not greater than 0, it will come to this and it will print positive number. Sorry, it will if that a is greater than 0, it will come to this line and print this positive number. Okay, and if it is not greater than 0, it will come to this else part and print this negative number. So this one is your plan A and this one is your plan B. Got it? If your plan A fails, if this A greater than 0 return false, then it will come to else part and they will execute that line. Got it? Any doubt on if and if else? When we have to use if and when we have to use if else? Okay, I will take it as no. All right. So in operator one, we left one topic, right? That is not operator. So now we'll see what is this not operator. So this not is nothing. So if you have true value, right? And if you have false value, it will do what? It will convert true to false and it will convert this false to true. So if this a is greater than 0 and we have applied this not condition here, okay, all right. So this a greater than 0 will return what? If we have entered this -9, it will return false here. So this place it will return this false. Okay. So if it returns false, this not will do what? This not will convert this false into true one. And if we have true, right? If we have true, then it will convert this true to false. So just reverse that condition, right? So let me show you. Okay, a greater than 0, right? Now I'm entering one number. So this is positive number, right? So ideally it will return if that number is greater than 0, it will return positive number, right? But we have added this not condition here, right? When I'll click to enter, see, we'll get here negative number. Why negative number? Because this a greater than 0 returns true here, but we have applied this not operator here. And we know if we have not operator in any condition, it will convert true to false and false to true. That's why we get this negative number error message here, right? If we'll again run this program, and now I have entered this -20. So ideally it should return this negative number, right? Because -20 is negative number, right? When you click to enter, see, you will get the positive number. Why positive number? Because you're false. This condition returns false here, right? Because that number is not greater than 0. But we have this not one. So this false converted to true and then it will return the positive number error message. So got it? Where you have to use not and where you don't have to use not, right? So now let me show you. Okay, so we have this number a, right? So if that a not equal to 0, sorry, not equal to 0, not this one, we'll apply some other condition into that. Okay, we'll create one more program for that, and we will see uh, whether you have to use not and not. So not whether you have to use that not operator, and whether you don't have to use that not operator, right? So any doubt on this if and else part? What is this if and what is the else one? So we have checked whether which number is positive and which number is negative. So if you'll apply if and else, you will get that answer, right? So let me create one more class here. Operator, not operator. Okay. So here we'll see the program for odd and even. So how to find odd number and how to find even number, right? So let me create scanner object, because always now we'll always take user that any variable value from user. So user input will take that input. So scanner sc equal to new scanner. Okay. Yeah. So int num equal to sc dot next int. Okay, so if we'll have entered any number, so if you have entered 22, this number is odd or even, whatever it is. So just you have to find it whether it is odd or it is even. Okay, so how can we apply condition for that? So what is the like how what is the like if you have to find which number is odd and which number is the even, so you have to apply for this one is your remainder, this one is your equal equal check operator, and this one is your if you are checking that number is 0 or not. So if your number remainder equal to 0, then your number is even number. So we have these two case. Okay, so this one is your even number, this one is your odd number. Okay, so got it, where you have to use this not one, where you have to use this one, right? So not is nothing, not will convert true to false, false to true, just reverse it. If you are getting true, they will return false. If you are getting false, they will return it to true, change it to true. Just that's it. So in control statement we have seen this if and if else. Now we'll see nested if else. So before going to nested if else, we have to cover one more topic that is pending here. Relational operator. Okay, so in relational operator we have some symbol, like if you want to apply more than one condition into single if condition, then in that case you have to use that relational operator. Okay, and then we have bitwise and logical one. See, okay, so first we'll see this relational one, and then we'll discuss the logical operator. Okay, so this not one, this not equal to and equal to come in the relational operator topic. Okay, so we in the relational we have equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, and less than equal to. So let me write there. Let me write that. Let me open this on Paint. So in relational operator, why I click to this one? Yeah. So relational operator. Okay. So relational operator, we have equal to symbol. So it will check. Drag this one. Check that value is equal or not. Okay. So it will compare right side and left side value. Okay. For example, 5 equal to 5. So if you are checking these type of condition, in that case you have to use this equal to operator. Okay. And again, no, second, we have already discussed this not equal to 1, right? So what is this? So if it is not, check is not equal to, for example, left side you have 4 and you are comparing it with 5. Okay, so it is correct. 4 is not equal to 5. Here 5 is equal to 5. So I'm just adding one example so you will get the idea, right? Then we have greater than, and we have so this one is for checking whether value is greater or not. Okay, this one is your this one is greater than and this one is less than, so it will check value is less than or not. Okay, and then we have less than equal to, sorry, greater than equal to and less than equal to. Okay, less than and equal to. So we have these two operators also. So it will check value is less than or equal to. It means their example is I'm giving two example for this. If 10 equal to 10 and 9 less than, sorry, uh, less than equal to, and this one is also less than equal to 10. So see, this 10 is equal to 10, it is correct. So yet this will check both equal to as well as less than. Okay, so 9 is less than 10, 10 is equal to 10. So we'll see their program also, right? So we'll get more idea. Okay, so this less than equal to will check these two condition, equal plus less than 1, and same for greater than, it will check value is greater than or equal to that number. Okay, so we have seen this equal to, we have already seen this not equal to, we have seen this greater than, we have seen this less than. Now we'll see greater than equal to and less than equal to. Okay, these two. So this one is your relational operator. Okay, so here we'll see their program. Relational operator. Okay, so in relational operator, for example, int a equal to 10, int b equal to 15. Okay, so first we have equal to, so we'll check if a equal to b, then it will print same number. Okay, else it will print different number. Oh, I have added wrong. This one is different number. Okay. Now, if A not equal to B, okay, if both number are different, let me remove this else part. We'll add just one simple if condition. So if A is not equal to B, that means if both number are different, only that case will print this message, different number. Okay. Now, if A greater than B, let me change with this 15 and this 10. So if A greater than B, will print message A is greater than B. Okay. And now if B is less than A, then we'll print B is less than A. Okay. Now let me declare one more variable, int C equal to 9. Okay. So now here I will apply if C less than or equal to B. Okay. It will print here, let me print the C value. Okay. And if so, this one is for less than or equal to, yeah. So now B greater than or equal to A. Okay, this one is for your greater than equal to. We'll print here B value. Okay, so this equal to will do what? It will check whether that left value and right value is equal to or not. So it will print this same number message. Okay, and here it will do what? It will check whether left side or right side. If it is not equal, for example, if left side is 10, right side is 15, it will return true. In that case, you will get this message different number. Okay, and this one is your greater than simple. So if you'll check whether A is greater, if A is greater than B, then it will print this message. If number B is less than A, it will print this message. And this greater than or equal to will do what? First it will check whether that number is equal or not, and they will also check if that number is less than B or not. If that number is less than B, it will also print that message, and if it is equal to that number, it will also print that message. Same in greater than as well. It will check for equal case as well, and it will check for greater than A as well. So in this same condition, we are applying two conditions. Like in single condition, we have added the two statement. One will check whether that number is equal to not, and one will also check whether that number is less than or that number is greater than or not. So these operators are our relational operator. They are checking whether that statement is correct or not with the help of these variables whatever we have declared here. Okay, so in that way we have to check these conditions if we are using any relational operator. Okay, so if I'll run this program, we'll get the output first. Okay, so this number is not same, right? So that's why it returned it, they haven't printed this one, right? So if you'll use the if else concept, else one, then it will print that else part, right? So they have printed here different number, then they have printed A is greater than B, then they have printed B is less than A, then they have printed this 9 one, right? But they haven't printed this one, B one. Why? Because B greater than or equal to A, right? So it is false, right? So I'll B is greater than C or not. We'll print this C here, then we'll get the output now. Okay, so see, we'll get that number as well. So any doubt on this relational operator or not operator on anything?
No.
Okay, so now we have covered the relational operator part. Next is we have logical operator. Okay, so operator, we have this logical operator, and in that where is, we have missed one more topic, right? Control statement, we have covered loops, we have covered if else. So remaining part is nested if else, and these are this where it is, yeah. So we have to cover this logical operator, we have to cover this unary also done bitwise. So tomorrow we'll discuss the logical operator and bitwise operator and the nested if else, whatever we have left in that control statement part, right? So these three topic we'll cover tomorrow. And okay, so after that we'll again back to our like Java basic concept. So in Java we'll see, after these three topic we'll discuss the Java oops concept and what is class